my son, I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Right there, 54 Mike. It's our time. It's our time. Check. Going to 53. Cross. Spot. 26.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run it with Carson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 46.
Play action now, Prescott. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And that'll set him back 5.
Come on now, let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
We want this. Hey, 47. 26.
Now Prescott gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. This secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, their pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and you know the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jordan Reed has it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And again, it's Prescott. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Check out. 5, 6, 5.
On first down, Hilliard. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Look out! 540! Block 54. I can't believe they let you play.
They'll run on first down. Hilliard. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Hilliard. Room here to run. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dontrell Hilliard, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Prescott to throw it. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
54, right there. 54.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 12, Luck. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. The drive starts with a completion left side. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 1st down, Carson. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Prescott off play action. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10.
Browns 10.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot, blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyle Van Noy, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go, G. It's just me.
Another try after the first down sack. Luck. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out, as they've got it with a 3rd and 6 coming up. Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. And got him in. It's Woods. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Another good reception there, and the Browns on the march.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down throw. Luck. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Clock throwing again. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. On first down, it's Luck. To the right side, it's Kelce. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Luck. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. That goes for a gain of 31.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Luck to the end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Luck. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
47.
Here's Prescott. Out to the left here to Reed. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now a carry here for Hilliard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Third and long, it's Locke. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. From the gun on third down, Luck going deep for Hopkins. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
Kill.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Prescott from the gun. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Luck. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block them?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Prescott. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. D. Ford. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing. Prescott. That'll be caught right side by Reed. A crazy sequence here. A huge game that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check, check. Lucky.
Monday.
Now Luck. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Luck now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hilliard. And an alley to run. The 20. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dontrell Hilliard with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Next to score, Browns 24, Seahawks 17.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
We're going to 53.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Carson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, 47. 54, right there. 54.
Prescott to throw it. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The inside linebacker, Danny Trevathan, gets the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it online, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On 1st and 10, Locke airing it out deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Love. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, but now it's 3rd and goal. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Carson. Levante David in on the tackle. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Prescott off play action. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Prescott on fourth down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Kyler Fackrell. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll run on first down. Hilliard, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Call it a gain of 9 there, and it puts him in better shape here for second and goal. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
12. Hey, check.
Now Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Here's Ingram. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
The kick by Bryant is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Play action now. Prescott. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Go, get out there. 47. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Prescott now. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Prescott looks to throw on first. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
After the interception, it's Locke. Looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Locke. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On first, they go right back to Howard. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And the Seahawks on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Count. 47.
On play action, Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Levante David. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Ingram again. Ingram churning. He lost the football. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
No, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Here we go, 46.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And 10 yards to go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, 47.
Prescott from the gun. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Third and long for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
11.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Check out. 5, 65. 51.
Hey, watch the slant.
Check out.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is an